Hello everyone, AlphaSoul here and welcome to another video. Today we're actually just going to do a quick June update. I realize June hasn't completely ended yet, but we'll do that. And I also wanted to kind of just briefly touch on what I am actually playing in the meantime while we go ahead and wait for Ashes of Creation. So to start off, the month of June was kind of light on stuff. In the past recent week or so, they did release kind of like an article on a weird psycho bird. Basically, this bird kind of looks like a mix between a toucan and what was a dodo bird, and it had a pretty cool story around it, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So they released that little bit of lore and monster preview. And they also released a animations video just recently, just today actually. And you can go ahead and check that out. I thought it was interesting, not as cool as some of the other Dev Diary ones, but I'm not as, I guess you could say, invested in the animation aspect. It's one of the things that I noticed if it stinks, but if it's really great, I'm kind of like, hey, that looks good, but you know, it's just not something that I focus on. So it's not as interesting to me as some of the other stuff. And we do have a live stream coming up here in the end of June, which is going to take place tomorrow on Friday. So if you have time, stop by for that live stream. It's always fun. They've got this new format that goes up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So now on to the games that I am currently playing. So I am currently playing two games. Like I have said many times, I am an MMO fiend. And being involved and being an MMO fiend means that I'm usually playing an MMO of some shape or form. Now, for the past year before that, I've kind of been bouncing around with games, but I've really settled on a game for the past, I guess you could say, 3 months, and I see no signs slowing down. It was one game that I've always kind of liked, and I'm just really loving it now. And that is, as you can see from the background, Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy XIV is what's taking up so much of my time. The release of Shadowbringers, which is the most recent expansion, is actually going to occur tomorrow. I am lock, stock, full, loaded and ready to go for that release. And this past couple months, I've been, kind of prepping for that release and leveling characters and things of that nature. But yeah, I'm a real big fan of Final Fantasy. I really like the group aspect. The game has a lot of good polish, very professional. There are some downsides to it. I think probably the biggest downside is the PvP isn't as fleshed out. It is truly a PvE game, does it excellent, but the PvP, it's thrown in there, and to be quite frank, it's not that good. It really is an afterthought. If you're going to the game and you want to do PvP specifically, then I would say that Final Fantasy XIV is probably not for you. But if you're looking for it from the other aspects, from a PvE aspect, I would definitely say check it out in the meantime. It is a great filler, and I'll probably be playing it until Ashes of Creation comes out. So yeah, fantastic. The other game that I've been playing that we'll kind of switch to real quick is The Division. The Division 2 specifically is one of those service or MMO light sort of, not really an MMO, but kind of like a service type game basically, where they essentially it's kind of like you group, the max group is like 4 people for most of the groups, and you go in, you do your mission, then you part ways. It's heavily instanced. You don't really see the same person twice unless you're friends with them and you particularly join their instance. It's very much a single player game with some sharing aspects or some multiplayer aspects, if you will. So I was playing that a lot, I would say, before 3 months, or when it came out basically, and I played it for the first month that it came out a lot, and then I kind of stopped basically. I mean, I didn't stop because it was a bad game, but there's really only so much that you can do in those games once you hit like max gear. You can go achievement hunting and things of that nature. The PvP in that game is a lot better, and I do enjoy it, but there's got to be some point to it, and that's one of the aspects of Ashes of Creation that I'm really looking forward to, is PvP with an objective, with a point, with a reason behind it, not just running around killing each other for the sake of it. I mean, it's fun and novel for a short time, but after that it begins to lose its edge with it. So yeah, so those are the two games that I'm playing. I'm curious what you guys are playing. Tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and see if I can cover the live stream. I will be watching the live stream, and then I will actually be on a guest on a podcast called The Golden Feather. If I have that link available, I'll go ahead and put it down below in the description. But that's pretty much it, guys. Expect to see a video from me covering the live stream. Like I said, I'm going to try and get that out before I go on vacation. I'm going to be going to Highlands, North Carolina for a bit, just to relax, enjoy, spend time with my family, and that's it. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. Alpha Soul out.